I'm not sure about you, but as I've gotten older, there are things I no longer believe in. And I believe these beliefs have come about due to just, getting older, more experiences, changing priorities, which has got me to not believe as strongly about certain things, such as like perfectionism. I used to think everything I had to be a perfectionist at. It had to be perfect, and I would just dwell and agonize over it. But as time went on, I started to realize, one, it can be very unrealistic for many, many things. And two, it can be very mentally and emotionally draining. So I have let that OCD part of myself go, and sometimes good enough is good enough. Another one is I no longer believe in unanswered prayers. Life might not be entirely predetermined, but I feel sometimes what we want and what we need could be two separate, different things. And sometimes those unanswered prayers come in ways we did not expect. For example, when I got really, really sick, before that, I wanted to live my life. I felt like I was just getting up, going to work, coming home, eating dinner, going to bed. And I just kept repeating the cycle. And I'm like, there's got to be more to life. Well, when I got sick, it was definitely an eye-opener. I thought, oh my gosh, I hadn't lived my life. I could have died. And so because of that, I'm doing today what I've been always wanting to do. So, getting sick was pretty much an eye-opener to get me to do what I had been wanting to do. So again, sometimes it just comes in different ways, but your prayers do get answered. How about instant success? Have any of you thought, oh, I know they say it can take a while, but I know I can do it. I can do this. I can get instant success on a lot of things. Like when I decided to become a real estate agent, I'm like, oh, there's just so many that are lazy. They don't know how to do it right. I can do this. I can be successful overnight. Well, I did become pretty successful. It was not instant by any means. I no longer believe in politicians. As kids growing up, many of us heard about Honest Abe and other trustworthy men throughout American history. But does that mean every public figure can be trusted? No, I think not. It's time to stop believing in all the empty promises and the baloney that elected officials feed us on the daily. I know for one, I am ready to start seeing action before I believe a single word they say. Another thing I quit believing in is materialism as happiness. I used to think the more I had, the more happier I'll be, the more I can try and impress the Joneses and all that goes along with it. Well, over the years, I personally came to the decision that being a minimalist is what really makes me happy and focusing on relationships and experiences. Another one is black and white thinking. I used to also feel many years ago that everything's either black or white. And in reality, there is many, many, many shades of gray. My trust in authority. Over the years, I become more and more skeptical of authoritative figures and learn to question and dive deeper into more and more what they say. For example, as of recent, a police officer had pulled my brother over, who does have a history, but he's really trying to get his life together. He has the tattoos and stuff on his face, and he's doing what he can. Well, the police officer pulled him over for not using a turn signal for switching lanes. He said it's a couple $100 fine. He kept his registration, and he said it's going to be 4 points on his license for not using his turn signal for switching lanes. If I had $1 for every time I noticed that on the roads, I'd be one wealthy woman. Well, to prove this was a shady officer, he had my mom go to court with him to fight this. And as soon as they got there, the police officer asked to take him to the side and said, if he just pleads guilty, he'll drop all the charges. He won't get the points on your license, which I don't think you get anyways, and give him back his registration and only have to pay a minimal fine. That sounds shady to me. How about finding the right time? If you always wait for the perfect time to start something, you will always have an excuse not to start it. Here's a big one for me. Youth lasts forever. Wow, before you know it, I'm 58. My oh my, has time flown by. I can just remember yesterday thinking, oh, I'm invincible. I live forever, blah, blah, blah. Well, not only am I blessed to say I am here at 58, because sadly, I know many, many people, my friends and family members included, have not been able to make it to this age. But I also realized you need to take care of your health, wellness, and keeping up with the changes. Another one, life is fair. I've realized throughout the years, it doesn't always work out the way you want it to, and that fairness is not guaranteed. What are some of the things you no longer believe in? Thanks for watching. Till next time.